River will be a major highlight of our journey. Relax on your private balcony and marvel at the stunning vistas around every bend. Enjoy catching sight of fairy tale castles, ideally perched on hilltops overlooking this dramatic gorge. In fact, 21 medieval castles are along this stretch of the river. In the evening, enjoy a special visit to Marksburg Castle. Built in the 12th century and inhabited for over 700 years, Marksburg Castle is in the most original state of any castle on the Rhine. Explore the castle on a guided tour before experiencing a night of entertainment accompanied by a traditional medieval German dinner. Sail towards the grand city of Cologne, where you'll marvel at the colossal cathedral, the largest in Germany. Here you have the free choice to tour the Old Town with its beautiful squares and historic monuments. Or you can choose a guided tour of Dusseldorf with its eclectic mix of Gothic and modern architecture. Our journey ends in the lively city of Amsterdam with its unique cafes, picturesque canals and world-class museums. Here you'll enjoy your choice of scenic free choice activities, including a cruise through the city's fascinating canals or a visit to the windmills at Zandvoort. Amsterdam is a city made for bikes, and Scenic's electric bikes and tailor-made devices are the perfect way to explore the city. This brings us to the end of our magnificent Jewels of Europe river cruise from Budapest to Amsterdam. For those who would like to extend their journey, why not join the ship early and take a longer 21-day cruise starting in the Black Sea and travelling to Budapest. This cruise can be combined with our pre-tour journey to Bucharest, Gallipoli and Istanbul in Turkey. And if you have already travelled the Great Rhine and Danube rivers, why not explore further into the Netherlands and Belgium on a 7-day tulip time cruise, or enjoy a cruise along the romantic Moselle River. Cruise on board a scenic spaceship from the lively city of Amsterdam along the stunning Rhine and Moselle rivers. Explore Bruges, one of Western Europe's most beautiful medieval cities. The picturesque market squares, dreamy canals and old whitewashed almshouses of Bruges evoke a world long since gone. Or visit the compact seaport city of Antwerp. Discover the world-class shopping, galleries and historical monuments before sampling some of Belgium's famous beer. Our journey takes us along the magnificent Moselle River to Trier, one of Germany's oldest and most beautiful cities. Stroll through history to sites dating back to Roman times. In the afternoon, enjoy an afternoon cocktail whilst taking in stunning views of the Rhine and Moselle rivers from the impressive Ehrenbrechtstein Fortress at a signature scenic sundowner event. Cruise through the magnificent Rhine Gorge with its stunning vistas of fairy tale castles perched on steep vine-covered slopes before arriving in the picturesque university town of Heidelberg, where you will enjoy breathtaking views over the township from the Heidelberger Schloss Castle. In the evening, enjoy a private concert at the Baroque Rastatt Palace. This event is exclusive to Scenic and will be a night you will never forget. Rastatt Palace is the oldest Baroque residence in the German Upper Rhine area and was built in 1700 according to the example of the French Palace of Versailles. A taste of France awaits as our journey takes us to the crossroads of Europe, Strasbourg. Soaring over the town is the famous Cathedral de Notre Dame, boasting magnificent stained glass windows and the astronomical clock. Choose from a walking tour of Strasbourg, including La Petite France, an excursion to the French Alsace wine region, or shop with a chef on a tour and tasting at a local market. You can choose a free choice excursion deep into the mystical Black Forest, where you will discover how people lived and worked in the forest for the past 400 years. Straddling the Rhine and sitting in the northernmost corner of Switzerland is Basel. The old town remains the heart of the city and is a maze of fine streets and squares. Arriving in Basel, this brings us to the end of our journey along the Great Rhine and Mosel rivers. We look forward to welcoming you on board a scenic spaceship soon. Europe in all-inclusive luxury, so wonderfully scenic. France is a country steeped in history and culture, and here Scenic has created 3 river cruises of unparalleled beauty. Each cruise is through a unique area, and there is simply no better way to explore France than on our very own Scenic spaceships. What makes cruising France with Scenic so exceptional is the 5-star, all-inclusive luxury available. Your meals, beverages, shore excursions and activities, tipping and gratuities are all included, as well as Wi-Fi internet and your very own private butler. The south of France is unbelievably diverse in both its cultural influences and natural beauty, and the site of our first cruise. Your journey begins in Paris, the city of love, with an overnight stay in a 5-star hotel. The next day, you will board the ultra-fast TGV train to Chalon-sur-Saône, where you will be welcomed on board your luxurious Scenic spaceship. Our relaxed itinerary has been cleverly crafted to ensure you enjoy maximum time on shore to discover the incredible towns and villages of southern France. With no overnight sailing, each night of your 12-night river cruise, you can enjoy the freedom that being docked in the local towns and villages provides. Stopping in numerous towns and villages along the river, enjoying your choice of Scenic free choice activities. As you explore each of the towns you dock in, why not take advantage of our Scenic tailor-made GPS-guided sightseeing technology? No crowds, no struggling to catch the commentary, and no boring bits. A truly private tour with your own personal GPS on a discovery of your choice. On board, you will find gastronomic delights just as sumptuous in our 6 dining areas, including fine dining in L'Amour, where you will experience an intimate evening of fine French cuisine. You will be treated to Scenic Sundowners, an afternoon cocktail party on the terrace of the historic Castle of Tournon, overlooking the river. Toast the day's end and the beauty of your riverside destination. A highlight for many on this cruise will be the city of Avignon and the opportunity to visit the famous Palais de Pape, where an exclusive classical concert awaits. A true once-in-a-lifetime experience, this Scenic-enriched special event is not to be missed. Your final destination is Tarascon, just a short distance from the Mediterranean Sea. But why stop with the south of France when you can also explore the historic north of France along the Seine River? The Scenic Gem is custom built for the Seine and the only ship with full-size private suites to sail these waters. Scenic Gem delivers the same exceptional service and amenities that make our Scenic spaceships world-renowned. The Seine cities and villages all embody the French joie de vivre, shown most notably in our departure point, Paris, with many of its masterpieces flanking the riverbank. After visiting Les Andelys and Richard the Lionheart's medieval castle, Chateau Galliard, you will arrive in Rouen, the historical capital of Normandy, and its cathedral, Notre Dame, which boasts the highest spire in France. From here, a day trip to the Somme battlefields of World War I is just one of the Scenic free choice activities available. Our most northern destination on the Seine is Honfleur. Here you will enjoy a Scenic sundowner with afternoon cocktails in this picturesque pocket of Normandy. On the doorstep of Honfleur is Normandy's D-Day landing beaches and the spectacular Pont de Hoc, which commemorates one of the most heroic episodes of World War II. You can choose a full-day excursion to explore these historic sites. Turning south, we will visit the commune of Cour-de-Bec-en-Coeur before sailing on to Vernon, where a trip to Monet's Water Lily Garden awaits. In Vernon, experience an extraordinary scenic and rich event where you'll be treated to an exquisite classical concert in a magnificent 16th century aristocratic chateau, Chateau de Champplatou. After a final stop in Conflans, we sail back into Paris. Scenic Seine Cruise is timed to link with our 12-day Bordeaux River Cruise, where you can sail Bordeaux's 3 waterways, which converge where the Dordogne meets the Garonne, forming the Garonne estuary. Wine, history and art are intertwined along the waterways that frame France. Nowhere else combines such an extraordinary feast for gourmands, art and history buffs, and nature lovers. After exploring Paris, you will board your ultra-fast TGV train to Bordeaux, where upon arrival, you will be transferred to the luxurious Scenic Diamond to begin your cruise along the magnificent rivers of southwest France. The next day, enjoy a relaxing morning cruising the Garonne, bound for the historic port of Cadillac. With Scenic Free Choice, you can enjoy the best of this area, including time to venture into the sub-regions of Graves and Sauternes for a tasting of the prestigious Chateau Giroux dessert wines. Enjoy Scenic Free Choice activities, including the architectural jewel of Castle Roque-Théard with the family that now reside within its historic walls. After 2 nights in Cadillac, you will cruise on the Dordogne River and enjoy the afternoon in the town of Saint-Emilion, where steep, narrow streets are adorned with fascinating Romanesque churches and prehistoric ruins. This afternoon, enjoy scenic sundowner cocktails at the exclusive estate of Chateau Soutard in the picturesque landscape of Saint-Emilion. Wake up the next morning in the winemaking capital of the Northern Garonne, the charming village of Les Bons, where you can choose to visit the exclusive estates of Chateau Fontmaine and taste their exquisite Grand Cru glass wine. Cruising to the riverside town of Blaye, you can tour the historic centre, or for the more active, join a scenic cycling adventure. It's a short cruise across the Garonne estuary to Palac, where you will be treated to a once-in-a-lifetime scenic and rich experience in the spectacular Medoc countryside. Be welcomed onto the Gisqueuse estate to enjoy an unforgettable dining experience and an atmospheric classical music performance. The next day, be invited to taste the wine that this region has to offer at exclusive estates, including Chateau Grand Larousse, before sailing on to Bordeaux. From here, you can explore the region's coastal wonders, including the chance to climb Europe's largest sand dune, Dune du Pilat, or taste the famous local oysters. Your final day in Bordeaux, you will be spoilt for choice, with more scenic free choice options at your fingertips. Take a guided tour of the town and her many attractions, or you can shop with a chef, where you will visit local food markets and sample the local culinary delights. Any one of these 3 unforgettable cruising experiences will leave a piece of France with you forever. Cruising the rivers of France in all-inclusive luxury, so wonderfully scenic. Come with Scenic and sail back in time to where Europe remains untouched. Sit back as the newly launched Scenic Azure glides through Portugal's magnificent Douro Valley, where centuries-old architecture, traditions and lifestyles still prevail. You'll be met at the airport, then transferred to your scenic spaceship in historic Porto, before being welcomed to your sumptuous cabin, your spacious and elegantly appointed home for the next 10 nights. Next morning, step ashore for an included tour of the sights and unique treasures of this UNESCO World Heritage City. Once part of the Roman Empire and still a major trading port, you'll visit the old town, then enjoy a ride on one of the city's charming historic trams. Back on board, everything is free for you to enjoy. Dine on the finest local and international cuisine, join the fun at sunset barbecues and cocktail parties on deck, and have every whim catered for by an attentive and dedicated crew. As you journey up the Douro, you're welcome to do as little or as much as you choose. From laying by the pool with a cool drink, to learning about local history, crafts and cuisine. You will sail effortlessly past impressive terraced vineyards, ancient olive and almond groves, majestic granite outcrops, and through dramatic steep valleys. This is the home of port wine, so you'll visit renowned producers and their grand estates. En route, you'll tour historic towns including picturesque Lamego, once home to the King of Portugal and featuring magnificent Baroque architecture. Travel through traditional farmlands to spend an unforgettable day visiting the ancient Spanish city of Salamanca, one of Europe's great Renaissance cities. You'll see and learn about Paleolithic art in the Coa Valley, sample the wine and hospitality at the world-famous Matus Palace. You'll experience fine dining and cocktail parties ashore, including an unforgettable evening in the Golden Arabian Room in the Palacio del Bolsa. Here you'll dine in a reception room usually reserved for visiting heads of state, while accompanied by a classical pianist. Cruising back along the Douro, you'll pass centuries-old villages that seem locked in another time and marvel at the massive locks and dams that have helped bring prosperity to the region. Returning to Porto, you will discover its industrial past, including a visit to the only original sardine canning factory, still owned and operated by the same family for over a century. On your last night, you'll sit down and share your unforgettable experiences over a magnificent farewell dinner before enjoying a final breakfast on board Scenic Azure in Porto, where you'll say goodbye to your ultimate Douro touring experience. Portugal in all-inclusive luxury, so wonderfully scenic. Come with Scenic on an incredible journey to discover the hidden jewels of the largest country in the world, Russia. Inaccessible for decades after World War II, many of Russia's previously hidden treasures are now on show. And with Scenic, you will have the chance to visit some of its most famous sites in 5-star luxury. From Moscow's iconic architecture to the palaces of St. Petersburg, you will cruise the Volga River, discovering the sights that have intrigued the West for years. Your astonishing journey will take you to some of the most important artistic, historic, and spiritual landmarks